Hi, hello and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another episode in The Witcher 3, episode 27, where we are gonna start off by focusing on repairing some shrines. Not that firmly into believing in the real world, just me as a human being. I'm not really an atheist, I think I'm more of an agnostic. Like, I don't know what's out there, I don't know why I would believe there's anything out there. I guess that's not really true. I understand why people believe. I understand why people cling to, or at least adhere to, a certain belief system. Because it helps them. Holy shit, that looks scary. It helps them make sense of a world that is otherwise quite difficult to make sense of. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's an ironic use of that word there. I don't know why this guy is not breaking through my Quen sign, but I'm not gonna ask any questions at this point in time. I'm just gonna be happy that I was able to clear him out without too much of a hassle. I think a lot of people actually, let's ignite the campfire for good measure, used to at least cling to belief systems, cling to faith, cling to any type of religion because it gave them a sense of meaning in their life. It gave them a framework to explain their life, to make sense of the things that are happening to them. Imagine, for example, if your child dies while you were young, you might not know what to make of that at all. The argument then comes in of like, okay, but why would God do such a thing? I don't know the answer to that, but I think a lot of people then, especially in the olden days, would be like, okay, this is a punishment from God and I need to be better. I guess I need to be a better Christian or whatever religion they adhere to. Hello? I don't want to fight you. I definitely don't want to fight you, considering you're level 25. Roachy boy, we're about to head out of here. And let's just hope that this guy does not chase us. It sounds like he's still chasing us, but he will stop after a while. Alright. Right. What are these symbols? Is it below ground? Using my Witcher senses, I can't detect anything, so I presume this will be something below ground. It's an entrance to a cave, so I guess we will just leave that be for now. Secularization has of course happened. A lot of people are less and less invested in the church and feel its impact a lot less. I have to get out of here. They adhere to their own value systems, their own beliefs. What's this over here? Is this another high-level monster? Level 7 raids, I think we can deal with them. And they are regular raids, so even though I know that Iridin is better, I might... Well, no, let's switch to Iridin. Let's try and capture one of them in here. Come on, boys. And afterwards, I guess we're gonna have to repair our sword. Me, personally, I've definitely, almost never, I think, taken refuge in faith to explain anything in my life. Maybe as a child, I used to be quite fearful for the passing of my parents. I used to have a hard time accepting the idea that one day they would not be here anymore. That they, most probably, where I would still be here, you know, that's difficult for me to accept. So I think that maybe the younger Onkruid might have spent some time, or he definitely spent some time praying, you know, telling God like, hey, I'll be a good and delightful chap if it means that I can live, not necessarily outlive my parents, but if I can spend more of my waking hours on this earth together with them without having to give them up. But I think now, well, now, especially now in terms of like, now that I've started my therapy training, which also involves a lot of existential therapy. This fucker is driving me insane. I'm not paying attention to that anymore, where I'm not using religion anymore to deal with those fears. I think my fear of death has kind of subsided largely, but even if it does still come up, I will look more into philosophy and literature and what other therapists say about it to kind of ease my nerves concerning the subject without relying on something like religion to do that for me. Let's repair our weapon now that we're here. Please don't crash. Oh, the spectre oil was still applied, but these were raids. Well, raids are specters, I think, so that's maybe why we were able to make such quick work of them. Although it was not maybe the easiest fight in eternity. I feel like in a lot of fantasy universes, and in this The Witcher universe as well, there will probably be a role still laid out for religion to play, and a lot of people will probably still adhere to it, find value in it, maybe even base their life on it, if you're honest.
You the ones destroying shrines all over Velen?
What's that got to do with you?
What's it got to do with you?
We are the heralds of lightning. Heavy drops from leaden clouds. Unleashed, the lightning's name shall be Overman.
The locals claim the gods are unhappy. No fear of their wrath?
The wrath of the gods? The gods are dead.
Okay, Nietzsche, calm down.
Their rotting remains, the dying embers of superstition that harms.
Great. Need a favor, though. You gotta clean up after yourselves here. Then go back to wherever you came from. Dispose of those embers there.
That's so sassy.
Religion is the opiate of the masses. The gods are dead.
Master
Thus
Friedrich.
speaks Master Friedrich of Oxenfurt.
This is just literally a Nietzsche reference.
Priests, not the gods. And this fear enslaves us in fetters of ignorance. We must forge a new morality, or rid ourselves of morality altogether.
I can't let you vandalize shrines because
Amusing
I'm
as this little
repairing
show
them.
is, I'm getting bored. Leave, and don't come back.
Or what?
Or I'll tell on you to the headmistress.
Repression! Attack the system's lackey!
This is such a psychoanalytical therapist thing to do. They are actual students, so they are actually committing, I don't know what the English word is gonna be. The Dutch word is iconoclasme, so something with iconoclasm, but that doesn't really make that much sense. That requires an easy fight. I maybe feel a little bit sad about just wrecking these scholars that are just trying to make the world a better place in their own way, but I shouldn't feel too sad about them because, come on, man. You don't ruin shrines. Okay, so we did that. No quest tree bar to collect, that was just that. Alrighty. I was wondering why we passed through so many high-level monster camps on our way here, but I guess this is just a bit of a higher level area down here. Just to clear up some more of the side quests, let's go look at what the counterfeit pass seller's brother-in-law needs. Wow, that was some of the worst pronunciation on the Onkruid channel in a long time, I feel like. I don't think I'm gonna make this swim. I think I'm gonna kind of adhere to the coastline until we pass by another settlement where I can fast travel, because 2000 feet is not an easy distance to just traverse. And I want to save up Roach's strength for some real missions when we're in real danger and when he needs this explosive strength. Waterhag, I've fought enough of you in my day to just pass you by, even though you have range attacks. Roachy Boy is too quick for you to load up on one of those mud shots. I don't want to pass by the Griffin again necessarily, because that was a little bit scary, so I think I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit. Luckily, Roachy Boy is an all-terrain vehicle, first class. Hello, goodbye. Those are too high level and they are too heavily outnumbering me to spend time on right now. There's so many enemies around here everywhere. I don't think we will... Well, this is a crossing I dare to make. I don't think we will ever go back to having religion play such a large role in our lives. I think it's an interesting question to think about. And I think some people might have a different opinion. But I feel like Enlightenment, the Renaissance, critical thinking, philosophical thinking, existential thinking, and existential philosophers like Camus, Sartre, like Nietzsche for sure, have diverted us too far from the path of relying on religion. And I think that the general masses are okay with that change. That they are not necessarily rooting for religion to come back, because I think they feel a lot more free. They feel a lot more individualistic because they don't need to adhere to the structures that should bind them if they really want to be a good Christian or a good person of any kind related to any religion that they adhere to. What's this quest here?
Sucklings, you didn't bring but a single scurvy run. No wonder he cursed us. We're duped.
What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the All-God, clearly.
Talking about
You
religion.
too can seek his aid. That's if you got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
What kind of offerings?
So, what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us. You can see right well we brought scraps.
Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me hounds. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. All God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this all-god of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you have to stand before the altar and cry out, "All God, help a poor wretch in need." Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
I think that these guys are donating their stuff to just a random guy sitting behind the wall, probably. I would presume behind the wall, maybe up there somewhere. Yeah.
All God, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
Or is he
I
just
dare
inside?
disturb it because I want your divine
This wooden
self to
statue.
lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't
They
have...
must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Avalanches? Here? Huh. How would that work? No answer from the All-God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground.
This is an interesting side quest to get sidetracked by.
Wine. More like vinegar. Someone drank it anyway. Could follow the scent.
These are maybe the kinds of people that still adhere to religion, because
Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me?
do we mean this? Yeah, we do mean that. Beautiful. Because I feel like these people don't know their own arch from their head, so something like religion will probably be helpful for them to see what they need to do in life. What the fuck is this thing?
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Oh, it's my dad.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All-God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curds and whey? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
I'll give him a chance.
Listen here, Lord.
Well, why should I give him a chance? Because he's exploiting these people for a while already.
Plowing reformers. No, fine, fine. I'll sup more modestly. But just till the end of the war, not one day longer.
I kind of want to kill him after all. I feel like I made the wrong decision, because a real benevolent Witcher wouldn't leave this guy alive to terrorize the people here. But maybe the best thing I can do is at least steal all of his stuff that I can steal, because he doesn't deserve this. I don't really deserve this either right now, but hey, I'm gonna make better use of it than he is. I can't just start attacking him, right? No. Okay, well, I'm not gonna load my save or anything, I'm not gonna go that far, but a real benevolent Witcher would have killed him.
Anything new?
Talk to your All-God, face to face.
And will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you. I told you the All-God's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, one last thing. Did you know there's a crypt beneath this hill? Might want to take a look sometime. Architecture's fascinating.
Are they gonna go down there? Because I want to follow along and see what that brings. No, they don't seem to care. Are they not gonna go down here? Oh, I really wanted to see their reaction to their all-good being a fat old scummy bastard. What I was gonna say is, I guess by leaving him alive, we actually show them a service as well, because killing him is maybe exactly a problem for them, for the topic we have been talking about through this entire episode. Maybe they need this fate to adhere to in order to make sure that they live a happy life. They need to feel like they are doing something for the All God in order to find purpose. Maybe they are not ready for Nietzsche's ideas of the god being dead and us having killed him. Closest fast travel is the Hangman's Tree. Been a while since we visited this location. This is where we came into Velen, I think. Oh, still looking ominous as ever, especially with these clouds. Different countries have, I think, different habits when it comes to religion. I feel like America more strongly still adheres to religion as a source of meaning, as a source of making sense of their world. There's a lot of radical Christians there. A lot of people really condemning you to be the scum of the earth if you don't adhere to... Okay, sure. If you don't adhere to their view, to the view of their Lord and Savior. I don't want to kill the horse. I don't want to apply a Quen sign. There's quite a lot of deserters and thieves here, but lower level than me. Some nice AoE attacks because of our sword. We are really dismembering quite a ton of them lately, even though I don't have that equipped any longer. The trophy that increases my chance to dismember, or at least I don't think so. Deserter leader, you are done for. And then finally this deserter with a bow and arrow. And they have captured someone. A merchant, okay. Let's first of all loot all of the loot that is to be looted here, which we can then maybe sell to the merchant for a nice price once we have freed him. Was that a weapon repair kit? I love these guys. Gauge key. I guess we have to loot then. Oh, and there's one more fella here. Oh, we're overburdened. Ow, Jesus. Let's get rid of some of our inventory. We are carrying way too much. If this merchant does trade with us, then by all means I will pick up all that gear again and try to sell it.
Look for me stall by the bridge across the pond tower. Got goods for the army mostly. But I'll make an exception for you.
Alright, thank you. I will look at that stall. Clearing out my inventory to immediately pick up more shit is typical RPG fashion. The typical RPG fashion of doing things. Right here. Okay. Immediately into combat with some level 9 ghouls. We're not sneezing. We're not sneezing at that. Especially not if we get hit this quickly twice at the start of the fight. In the medieval universes where religion still plays a large role, I can definitely understand why it is there. Because it plays a nice role in stories often. And it gives a lot of characters something great to adhere to. Adds a lot of world building as well, especially if there's different religions.
You look to me eyes like a witcher. Am I right?
You're right.
What do you need?
Need from the men to finish their work unharmed. But we got corpse seekers coming out all the while. Rid us of them, and we'll give you a share.
Sure. Absolutely. I'll do that for you.
Deal.
So just defend them while they're doing their work, right? Sounds easy enough. Let's try and use Igni again, because I think we can use some offensive capacities here. Is what I would say if my Quen sign would not have been dropped immediately. Ow, ow, ow. They are only level 7, but they are not to sneeze at because of their numbers. If I say nothing to sneeze at or not to sneeze at or something of that variety one more time, you can hit me in the head quite hard with a blunt object. Is that a nice deal? Train me in using different words and not just reusing the same expression multiple times in a row. Because I feel like I do that often in the same episode. I feel like that's something I need to kind of get over in just a regular conversation as well. I always have this feeling of having to use novel words, having to use expressions that I have not used before, not being able to repeat myself, whereas sometimes I definitely do. And as a therapist, I should adhere to that even more, because more often than not, it's way more beneficial to give your clients the exact words back that they told you than finding new and fancy ways of saying what they were just saying, because you will often miss some of the nuance they put into their speech, or you will make it heavier or make it less heavy, diminish the impact a bit. So using their words exactly is often a better approach. And I feel like I fall into the trap too often of wanting to be fancy schmancy with my words, and therefore misinterpreting the intensity of theirs. These are not just ghouls. There's another little fellow with them right now. Is that a rot fiend? Interrupt its attack with my own attacks. Get out of harm's way quickly enough. There we go. And then this ghoul is the final adversary for this wave. How many waves are there? I did read once on Reddit that there was a very annoying quest in The Witcher 3 where you have to fend off waves of enemies and the enemies seem to just come endlessly. And a part of me is starting to fear and feel that we might be in the middle of that quest as we speak. Something about the guy you have to protect dying very, very easily as well. And that's not something I'm looking forward to because I don't want to do this entire sequence again. Because we've invested quite some time in here already. Had a nice day at work today. 6 clients in total, 4 in the morning, 2 in the evening. My final client of the day really is one of my favorite clients. I've followed her throughout such an immense process during the last couple of years of her life. I've been following her for more than a year myself already, and it's really stunning and very, very rewarding to see her progress, see how far she has come in terms of her studies, in terms of her social life, in terms of her relationship to her own body. Can this shit, like, almost be over with because my silver sword is... Oh, okay, I guess it can. If that really was one of the most difficult, most annoying quests in this entire game, then... I mean, you can count me invested up until the bitter end. Because that bitter harvest was a walk in the park.
Here, your share for your toil.
The only difficulty we faced was that we had to wear down our sword. So we did that for somebody's brother, right? So can we now, like, collect some easy free papers or something? Quest updated fake papers. Let's check that first. Oh, okay. Hello, 25? Sure. So passage across the Pontar. And there was another quest to be collected here, but I don't see it anymore now, which is weird. So bridge across the Pontar. Wait, I see merchant. Here he is. This is the guy we saved. Huh. I guess his cart is across the bridge then. So we have a pass, so we should just be able to cross this bridge, right? I hope so, because they are not so friendly to people not allowed to cross this bridge, it seems like. Hello. Goodbye. A merchant selling goods to the soldiers here, but he would make an exception for us, although I must say, I don't really see him at this point in time. It's a nice little encampment they got going here, though. With the flags wavering through the walls and such. Looking sharp as hell, buddy boy. You know, I read this text earlier about how you really have to take care of your sword as a soldier. How you can show up in a shabby jerkin and dirty old rags, but your sword has to be in pristine order. That's interesting, right? Right? Tell me my story is interesting right now. Oh shit, okay, I'm sorry. I guess if he has a cart across the Pontar, then it should be here. But there's still not really any sight of the merchant now, is there? I guess we are in an area where we need to be. We're getting closer and closer to Triss in her house, but I think I will sidetrack just a little bit more. It's a beautiful surrounding area. What level are we dealing with here? That seems a bit more feasible. Ah, sure. What do we have to lose, right? Except for our life and our progress entirely. I don't want to be poisoned. Let's kill the workers first. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess we were killing the workers, but the warrior packs a punch. We need to be a little bit careful for that. We have fought some of these beasts before, or a kind of these beasts before, I think. It's great to know that Quen can also take away poison, not just bleeding. Again, just kill the worker, get out of harm's way for a second. Don't stand on their corpses too long, because I think that poisons us as well. And now we just have this warrior fella as our adversary. But fighting one enemy at a time should not be too big of a hassle for us. Except if our sword really does die. Just dodge a little bit more efficiently, buddy boy. In fact, call myself buddy boy one more time as well. Same deal as with the sneezing part, you know. Just let me say something else. Let me call anybody that we meet or myself any other word than that. I think I do want to get rid of these creatures, so I will blow this up. And now, is a single Igni gonna do the trick? Oh, just E. E. I guess we actually need to use a bomb or something. Is there going to be more loot for us here, or just experience points? I guess I'm satisfied with just experience points. I will drink a sip of water to upgrade my vitality, or to up my vitality for a second, and I'll be on my way. What is this quest about?
Which, John Verdon, remember? You saved me from
Oh
the drowned.
damn, I do remember him.
It's Coppolis then? Nah, why, my purse is bursting.
Interesting.
With coin that belonged to the refugees. Vengeance tastes sweet.
I thought you'd come for your reward. I'll gladly pay, mind you. You've saved my life, no two ways about it.
I don't need your coin, just
But
spare the
if
people
you're
surrounding
looking
it.
for a bruising, well, you'll find it.
I'm the benevolent witcher.
Should have left you there, tied up, right at the water's edge.
Well, you can't turn back time. But I'm willing to see to it your conscience don't torment you long. Get him!
I don't think you will get me, if I'm honest, John Verdun. Especially if I can burn all of you that easily. If you're packed up that closely together. I am waiting for my Quen to recharge like a pussy for a little second, just to be extremely, extremely safe. But I think in general, with these guys' levels, I really don't have anything to worry about. I respect this guy with his shield, he's putting up a fight. But John Verdun himself, not so much. And the shield guy will just pass into the afterlife as well in 1 second, as soon as I am able to get past him. Goodbye, good sir. I was gonna go on this speech on how I find it beautiful that we can save a fella and then find him again in the future, see that he has bettered his ways, but it kinda turned out a little bit different, a little bit differently. Jeez. A letter from Torben. Dear mother, everything has gone very well so far. I still have a considerable ways to go to the city, but as soon as I get there, I will dispatch this letter and set about writing another. I miss you and father horribly. I am being extremely careful with the coin you gave me. I have not spent hardly a thing. Once I find employment, I will set aside an amount every week and send you my savings regularly. Tell Yolanda I love her greatly, and will send for her soon, to come and be my wife, of course. I spoke with a certain Temerian who told me there are more merchants in the city than ants in the woods, and that scribes are always wanted. I believe he spoke the truth. Your Tobin. Give Fido a good belly rub from me. Well, Tobin, I don't think your family will be hearing from you anytime soon. It's sad. I wish that letter gave us like a quest to tell the folks what happened to their son, but I guess it's not true. Guess it's not the case, and I guess the city has lost one of their scribes. One of their future scribes, that is. Alright, thank you very much for watching. A discussion-filled episode. What do you think about religion? What role does it play in your life? Let me know in the comments by all means. Let's have an interesting discussion. Thank you so much for following along with my rambling while we were also hunting some monsters, hunting some past friends turned adversaries. And thank you so much for just tagging along in this The Witcher journey. See you in the next one. Bye bye.